we found out earlier today on Wednesday that Dave Matter, both formerly of the Columbia Daily Tribune and most recently the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, he's hanging up the notebook. He is no longer going to be a beat writer covering Missouri sports for the PD. Now, he's been doing this for 25 years, covering this team. So that goes back to 98. That means that Dave Matter has been the only beat writer that I have followed/trusted since I was in middle school. And now I'm married with 2 kids, pushing 40. So it's Dave's been doing this for a long time. If you look at his announcement on Twitter specifically, but just social media, the quotes, the responses give you a really good idea of how he was respected in the industry and respected by everyone who read what he wrote and covered the team. So this is a big damn deal. Dave Matter and the Mizzou beat are basically just simpatico to me, and I don't know what I'm going to do now, because anything I saw something drop, like he's one of 2 guys that I would go to their Twitter feed to see if it was true or not. So, BK, do you have any Dave stories? Did you run into him ever?
So the biggest thing for me with Dave was this. Dave was a pros pro. Like, your favorite journalist, their favorite journalist is Dave Matter. It's kind of, it works that way. When you are at Mizzou, there were 2 guys that mattered. It was Dave Matter and Gabe DeArmond. Now, there were other really excellent journalists that covered the University of Missouri, but they will also tell you when they were there, it was Dave, it was Gabe, and then it was whoever that person is that you're thinking of, where you're saying to yourself, BK, you forgot blank. No, I didn't. That was the pecking order. And so when you were at Mizzou and you saw Dave Matter doing his job as a student journalist or as somebody that was covering the team professionally, like, and your line of work, you saw what he was doing and you said, that's the way that the job's supposed to be done. And I hope that I'm not messing up while he's doing that. So when you were in a press conference and Dave was always the first or second to get a question, and then you would go whatever, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever it was, you wanted your question to be something that Dave would then potentially write about. Like, it was that kind of, you look up to this guy. Mm-hmm. So that to me was the biggest thing. Like, on a personal level, Dave and I were, I would assume, like, I think 20 years apart, 15, 20 years apart in terms of our age. So, like, I wasn't going out, hanging out regularly with Dave Matter, but I got to know him a little bit outside of the beat, and he's just, like, genuinely a really nice guy. And I know some people will say that and it's like almost seen as a negative. No, that's just how Dave was. He was just super approachable, a genuinely kind person who was willing to offer, like, if you're a journalist, I can't even count the number of student journalists that he helped get into the business. Mm-hmm. If you are somebody that is in the industry, you probably have a way that Dave Matter made you better at your job, either explicitly by him telling you something or a little less overtly by you seeing him do something a certain kind of way. So it's a huge loss on the beat, man. Mizzou fans have been incredibly lucky, fortunate to have Dave covering this team for as long as they have, because the guy's a total pro. And it will not be the same reading Mizzou coverage without him being a significant part of it.
I can't even imagine. Like I said, he's one of 2 guys that I trust for anything Missouri related. I did a handful of press conferences with him, most of them during COVID. Like, I'm with you. It was like, God, I wonder if I asked something that he's going to be interested in. And I never did, because I'm a terrible journalist. That's why I'm doing this now. My only Dave story, other than just knowing that he was in a press conference I was in, was during the spring practice, the black and gold game of 2010. I was up in the press box. I was riding the elevator up with a bunch of people, journalists, staff, whatever. You know, it's the spring game. It's pretty low key. So I'm already in the elevator. Doors open. You got a couple of my friends here. We're in the back. And the doors open, and there's Gary Pinkel, and there's Dave Matter. And I'm pretty sure Dave was writing Gary's book at the time, so that they're like, they're talking to each other about that. And there's a little murmuring in the elevator, and then it just like stopped when the doors open, and there's GP and Dave Matter. My buddy, he elbows me. He's like, "Whoa, Gary Pinkel." I'm like, "Whoa, Dave Matter," and like he comes up to my right here. I'm like, "Oh, he's really short. Okay, cool." But I don't know. For me, like you read words from somebody who covers a team and you never see them, and like you just create this image in your head of who they are, and it's like you're meeting an author, it's like meeting a director. Like you're like, oh, holy cow, like that's him right there. And I never spoke words to him, but like that is my Dave Matters story, and I'll remember it forever. And I don't know what he's going to do now, but he's going to be great at it. I don't know what. I know he doesn't listen to the show, but if you do, Dave, thank you for everything. You were great. Best of luck, and good luck to the unfortunate sap who has to follow him, because it's like
you can't. There is no following. Certain people in certain jobs are that job. Like if you're a Cardinals fan, Derek Gould is Cardinals beat writing. Mm-hmm. Like that's it. He's the guy. If you're a Mizzou fan, Dave Matter is the guy. There's nobody else that chronicles it the way that he does. And so for him to not be there, like nobody else can try to be what Dave was on the beat. The other thing, like to your point of who he was as a beat writer, the dude just worked his freaking ass off, man. Yeah. And anytime that you saw Dave, he was grinding in one way or another. So, he's just incredible. He's absolutely amazing, and he was a remarkable beat writer at the Post for basically a generation of Mizzou fans. So not having him around is gonna suck, to be just totally honest. It is a sad day and a bad day for all of us as Mizzou fans, even though we understand Dave's gonna do something that probably makes him happier, obviously, or he wouldn't be taking this. So good for him. Happy for him. Sad for the rest of us.
Great day for Dave, not the world.
That's right.
Dave and Matter family adjacent, like congratulations to him on job well done, and family for finally seeing their loved one again, because that sucks, man. That's a rough life. So I hope he's
the other thing, dude. Think about what he saw. Like, think about what he chronicled at the University of Missouri over the last 25 years. Like, go back to 98, and now think about everything that has taken place since then, both on and off of the field for Mizzou athletics. Like, the Quinn Snyder era, the Gary Pinkel rise, the move to the SEC.
Mike Anderson.
Kim Anderson. Michael Porter Jr. and all of that. Yeah. Dorial Green Beckham and all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, just from start the 2007 and 2013 seasons, like the stories that he was able to see are nothing short of remarkable. And he's got, you also go back even further than that. Like some of his basketball stories are incredible. If you ever get him off of the record, some of the basketball stories that he's got are really good.
Yeah, man, he's not going to write a tell-all, but he should. Because, man, that would be fantastic. But congratulations, Dave. We are all sad for the lack of coverage that we're going to have, but we're happy for you.